Good afternoon, everyone. This is the recording for Chapter 12, Leadership, for this week. And before I start into the chapter, I wanted to give you a few updates on some other things that are going on. I'm sure you're aware that next week is the second midterm exam, both for the online and the on-site class. I'll have details of those up and coming. The other thing is that people are sending me emails about their paper, their research topics, but they're slow in coming in. We're halfway through the semester, so you really need to start thinking about a topic and sending me an email so that you and I can communicate back and forth and see that your topic is okay, or that the context within which you're presenting it is okay. And that's what's key. Make sure you're presenting it as a problem, and that's the way you need to approach it. What is the problem about the topic that you want to talk about? So, as I said before, for example, if there was absenteeism in the workplace, that's a problem. The big issue regarding that is withdrawal behavior, and that's what you're looking at. So that's the problem. Specifically, absenteeism is what you're addressing. So I just want you to think about how you're approaching the paper and how you're selecting a topic. The other thing I wanted to mention is, as we go through the chapter, there are a lot of different aspects of leadership we're going to cover. If you look on page 383, trait theories, and those are pretty important. The difference between trait theories on 383 and then behavioral theories on 385 is significant. And you'll see why the behavioral theory really opened up the door for all this leadership training that you see going on nowadays. So we're going to talk about those. We then get into contingency theories on 387. We'll talk about things like Fiedler's contingency model and some other good topics on that page. Situational leadership theory, and that's important too because it really talks about the fact that a lot of times a person becomes a leader when they're ready to and based on the situation. So we'll talk about that. Path goal theory is on page 389. The leader participation model is also on 389. And then we're going to look at some contemporary theories of leadership. So if you look on page 390, you see the leader-member exchange theory. And this is something that you may or may not have experienced in the workplace, but it's where the leader selects people from a team or a group to give them privileged access, privileged communication, treats them differently. So it's kind of like we saw in chapters 9 and 10, the in-group and the out-group. This theory directly relates to that. So in other words, there are members of the in-group that the leader favors, and then the out-group, which are the people that he or she does not favor. If you look on 391, charismatic leadership is there. And then as we move on to, that goes to 383, 384. I'm sorry, a sneeze is coming. Excuse me. Sorry. I'm still in the same chair, too. At least you know this is live, right? The other thing we're going to look at is transactional versus transformational leaders. This is on 394 and 395. It's important to be a little of both. And as we get to responsible leadership on 399, we then start looking at authentic leadership. Ethical leadership is on page 400, and then servant leadership is on page 402. Also, positive leadership, we're going to talk about trust between leaders and employees, and then mentoring is on page 405. So there are a lot of things to cover in the chapter. I'm not getting into a whole lot of detail this week because I know you guys are working on your papers, and it's one chapter this week, and it's pretty straightforward. But as always, let me know if you have any questions. If there's anything that I have included in the syllabus or in the modules, I'm going to direct you to those items. So if you send me an email that says, when is the final paper due? I'm not trying to be flip. I'm going to tell you, check the syllabus, because I want you to start working on using the materials that I've posted for you. Saves me emails, you emails, gets you that information right away. And if anything gets updated, it's going to be right on that syllabus. You don't have to wait for an email from me. So with the numbers of students I have, I don't want you waiting for an answer from me. Basically, I'm trying to give you better service, believe it or not. But as always, let me know if you need anything. This week, as I said, is chapter 12 in the text. Please make sure that you do the appropriate assignments. Please look and make sure that they are opened and you see them in Blackboard once you upload them. I've got students coming to me now saying, oh, nothing that I uploaded is there. Well, you should know that before 7 or 8 weeks into the course. Don't wait till that time, because I can't promise I can do anything for you. Okay? And if you have any issues like that where you can't see your document, you have to contact the help desk. You don't send me an email, because I don't know why it's happening. Okay? That'll get you the answer and help you to find out what you might need to adjust so that you don't keep having the same issue with future assignments. Okay? That's it for now, and I will see you guys this week in the face-to-face and the online class. As always, let me know if you need anything. Thank you, guys. See you soon. Bye.